I'm going to be giving you guys some helpful tips, whether it's for coins, gems, tokens, damage, all that types of stuff to pretty much help you get better at the game in general or for the next update soon to come out. So if you guys do end up enjoying this video, then make sure to smash a like button and click that subscribe button as well to support the channel because I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you really enjoy pet catchers, trading, and or entering giveaways, mostly secret pet giveaways, then make sure to join my Discord server by clicking the link in the description down below. Also, one more thing before we get into this video, we're going to be doing a challenge giveaway. So I usually do these in all my videos and you guys enjoyed the last one. So the prize this time is a top hat of the winner's choice and there's only going to be one winner. In order to win this challenge, all you got to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, and find this little guy right here on your screen. Now obviously this one will not count, so you're definitely going to have to find another one throughout this video, whether it's in the beginning, middle, or end. So somewhere in this video you just got to find my avatar holding some hearts and then you could be the winner. But you also need to comment down below the timestamp and where he's located on the screen as well, and then the first person to do so and or find him will be the winner. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get into the video. So the first tip that we're going to get right into is fishing. So fishing is definitely useful when it comes down to coins, gems, tokens, items, all that types of stuff. Basically all the necessities that you need to either get better at the game and or progress a lot faster. So that's why fishing is really good. Now a lot of people ask me on what's the best zone to go to for fishing, what's the best area to go for coins, gems, tokens, all that type of stuff. I'm going to quickly break down fishing and show you guys the best places for what you specifically want to go for. Now a lot of people ask me, Elcon, what is the best place to fish for coins? Well, the best place to fish for coins would be in Magma Basin, where I am right now, where this is actually the summit, but either way it's a part of Magma Basin. That is because it is the best coin area in the game, and every common and rare fish you get for here you could sell for coins, and it would be a good bit of coins as well. Now onto what I get a lot of comments about, and that's the best place to fish for gems. So there's definitely a huge debate when it comes down to what's the best place to fish for gems. Personally, I like to fish in either Magma Basin and or Frosty Peaks. Now a lot of people will recommend you Frosty Peaks because the epic is pretty easy to get and it also gives you a decent amount of gems, but any place that you can get a good bit of the epic fish and or legendary will give you a lot of gems no matter what. Like the legendary fish in Hyperwave Arcade. Yes, it is pretty hard to get, but it does give you a good amount of gems if you do catch it a lot, which is not very common for you to catch it a lot either. So like I said, either Magma Basin or Frosty Peaks would be the way to go if you want to get gems from fishing. Now if you're only fishing to try to get items, I would recommend that you stay away from fishing when it comes down to items because they are not likely to get. Unless you like fishing a lot for other purposes or even have like the hyper or diamond rod, then fishing is not going to be great for you. That's because of the perks that come with the rod. The higher the rod you have, the better chances of you to get items and all that type of stuff. So you should definitely go for the higher rods if you want to go for items when it comes down to fishing. But either way, I would stay away from fishing when it comes down to wanting to farm items. Now onto the token aspect of fishing. So this is pretty common and basic information. If you don't know how to get tokens from fishing, then all you got to do is head on over to Hyperwave Arcade, and every common, rare, and epic fish will give you tokens. Hyperwave Arcade is the only place you can get tokens from when fishing. All the other places are only coins. So like I said, if you want tokens, then come to Hyperwave Arcade, fish here, and you'll have no problem with getting some. Now that is all the aspects of fishing and pretty much the whole breakdown, so that should definitely help you out if you're someone that likes to fish quite a lot. Now onto how to make fishing better and easier for you. So if you want a chance to get the legendary fish a lot more common, or maybe the items inside of fishing like the prismatic egg, the ray hoverboard, all that type of stuff, then all you got to do is either make a fishing team or pop a seafarer elixir. So as you can see, this is the seafarer elixir right here, and once you pop the seafarer elixir, you'll see down here that it gives you a boost called Ocean's Blessing. It increases the chance of a legendary bonus loot and or fish by 1.2 times. So if you have that stacked with a fishing team that you have Seafarer Ruins on, which I'm going to go ahead and pull out my fishing team real quick. So here is my fishing team, and all these pets have the Seafarer Ruin on them. So as you can see, this pet right here has Seafarer 5 on it, but you can have Seafarer 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have to use a prismatic scroll to get level 5. But either way, it gives you a luck boost on getting legendary fish. And that total multiplier is a 7.45 times. So I currently have 8 pets equipped with all Seafarer 5 on them, and as you can see, that is the max fishing luck that I can get, making the legendary fish in Hyperwave Arcade, for example, a 1 in 671 chance instead of a default of 1 in 5,000. So that is how you can make fishing better and easier for you to get items and legendary fish, or pretty much any other necessity that you want. Now on to tip number 2, and that is shrines. So a lot of people should already know what shrines are and what they do, but if you don't, then a shrine is something that gives you a specific item depending on what the shrine is. So this shrine right here by the hypercore boss fight will only give you tome books. So once I collect it here, you can see that it will give me respawn tomes, has a chance of giving you timeful tomes, and then prismatic tomes, I think, as well. Not too specific on that one. I'm pretty sure it only gives you the other two. I definitely could be wrong, but either way, that's how a shrine works. You just walk up to it, collect it, and it gives you a bunch of items. Now, the tip for this is definitely having a shrine team. Now, a lot of people don't realize this, but there's a rune in the game that's called shrines, which helps increase the amount of drops you get it, or the percentage of you getting an extra drop once you collect a shrine. Once you have a full team of those, or just some of the runes on the pet, and depending on what it's leveled, it will give you a boost and help you increase the chance of you getting an extra drop once you collect a shrine. So as you can see on this pet right here, I have shrine 5. Like I said, you can only achieve this by getting a prismatic scroll and putting it on here, but either way, I have shrine 5 on here, and it gives me an 18% chance to increase drops from shrines by +1. So if you have a full team of shrine pets, then it will obviously give you a chance to get a lot more items than just one or a couple from the shrines. You'll see a little pop up and it'll say the shrine ruin has helped you get like an extra 1 drop or something like that. But either way, that's how that works, and that's the best tip I got for you guys when it comes down to shrines. Now, if you want to speed up shrines to be able to get them done a lot faster, or be able to collect them a lot faster, then there's a bunch of different ways to do so. So the first one is the timeful tome, which will speed up pretty much everything in the game that has a timer, including shrines, and it will help you be able to collect them a lot faster. The next thing we got is in the talent tree, which is in the royal hall. If you go inside the talents, you'll see these talents right here called shrine drops, and then you got faster shrines as well. So these will actually give you a 25% chance and then add up to a 50% chance of increasing the shrine drops by +1, just like the rune. And then you got the fast shrine upgrades, which will help speed up the shrines a lot faster. Now, the last and final thing you can do for shrines is the prismatic tome. Now, once you pop a prismatic tome, you will fully reset everything in the game over again, not your progress or anything, just the shrines, boss cooldown, pretty much anything that has a timer that you've already done. And then you'll be able to go around and collect all the shrines again over and over. Then you can just keep doing that process, like I said, over and over again. So that's all the tips I got for you for shrines. Let's get into the next tip. Now on to tip number 3, and that is coins. So I pretty much get this question on a regular basis, and that is, Elcon, how do you get so many coins, or how do you get coins fast in general? Well, there's only 2 ways in this game that I grind out for coins, and that is the molten crabs in magma basin, which is pretty difficult, but I'll help you just in a sec, and then the mutated slimes, which is in gloomy grotto. So right here in Gloomy Grotto, you can see a bunch of slimes here, and this is pretty much the easiest method to do it, unless you feel like pulling out a program like Tiny Task or something like that. But mutated slimes are pretty much the easiest mob in the game to farm. So all you got to do is place your character under this mushroom right here, have your team out, and then it will just go around farming every last mutated slime. So they won't get stuck anywhere, and you don't have to worry about them not being able to attack. You'll just farm them over and over as they spawn. Now, I've already made a video on the molten crabs before, pretty much how to AFK every mob. So if you want to check out the video, it is in the top right hand corner. That will show you how to auto farm every mob in the game with no problem at all. But overall, the molten crabs is the best way to farm coins because they give the most. And the way to auto farm these guys is just by using a Tiny Task program that goes like this back and forth, to where you can cover pretty much all of their spawns. So you'll have no problem with, missing a molten crab or them getting stuck somewhere to where you can't fight them. Now, a lot of people like to resort to fishing when it comes down to coins as well. Like I said, fishing in Magma Basin is not that bad, but I would definitely recommend farming out molten crabs or mutated slimes because it's a lot easier and less time consuming. Now, one thing that will definitely help you out is the coin elixir. So once you pop the coin elixir, you'll see a little boost down here in the bottom left hand corner, and then it'll tell you that it increases your coin multiplier by 1.25 times. Then if you stack that with the rune called looting, then you'll have no problem with getting a lot of coins. Just try and get the best team you possibly can to have the most coin multiplier. Once you do that, you'll have no problem with getting a lot of coins. Like I said, the looting ruin will help you and the coin elixir will help you. So there are most definitely 2 benefit factors to helping you get a lot of coins. So that's all the tips I got for coins. Let's get into the next tip. Now into tip number 4, which is gems. So I also get this question quite a good bit as well, and that's how to get a lot of gems. Well, there's actually a bunch of different ways to help you get a good bit of gems, so we're going to cover them real quick. So let's get into it. So the first way to get a lot of gems would be fishing. Like I told you guys before, the best places for that would be Frosty Peaks, or pretty much anywhere that you can get an epic or legendary fish the easiest way that will give you the most gems. So once you find that, like Frosty Peaks is one of them, for example, will help you get a lot of gems. Now, Hyperwave Arcade is not really good. I would definitely say Magma Basin is better because the epic costs a good bit, but Gloomy Grotto is also a good one for getting a lot of epics, and I'm pretty sure the epic in Gloomy Grotto either sells for more gems or you're just able to get it a lot faster. So either way, Frosty Peaks, Gloomy Grotto, or Magma Basin would be the best bet for farming gems when it comes down to fishing. Now, the next one we're going to get into is definitely going to require a good bit of resources, but that is fighting the bosses over and over. So if I want a good bit of gems, I usually just go to any boss, it doesn't matter which one, and I fight it at level 1. You're going to get the same amount of gems no matter the level, so you might as well farm out the easiest level possible. Now you can get anywhere from 300 to 1600 gems per boss fight. That is why I say it's really good. But the reason I say it's going to require a good bit of resources is because you're going to need a lot of respawn tomes. If you don't have a lot of respawn tomes, then the method's not going to work as great, but either way, you'll still be able to get a decent amount of gems. Now into the last and final way to get a lot of gems, and that's either from the Ancient Dig minigame or the Robot Claw Machine. Now either one of those minigames will definitely help you get a lot of gems, but I would definitely recommend the Robot Claw Machine over the Ancient Dig. Robot Claw Machine you can actually AFK and get a good bit of tickets from as well. Ancient Dig you have to be there for it, and you cannot AFK it without an exploit. So like I said, the Robot Claw Machine would probably be your best bet. Now the only way to farm out that method would be by having a good bit of golden tickets. Now you can actually get them pretty easily either from the shrine itself or fighting boss fights, because fighting a boss fight will pretty much give you a guaranteed one every time. It's not guaranteed, but most likely you'll get one. So either way, you should be able to farm out one of the mini games quite a good bit, but that's a really good way of getting a lot of gems. Now, that's all the tips I got for gems. Let's get into the next tip. The next tip that we're going to get right into is tip number 5, and that is mini games. So the reason I have this in here is if you're someone that went to a mini game and you want to get some of the rare items in it, but maybe you just don't have good luck, or maybe the chances are pretty high and you don't feel like you can get it. Well, this tip's pretty much going to help you increase your chances of getting what you want, and or maybe even making the mini game longer. So the first one we got is the Gamer Elixir. So I currently popped in. This is what this boost does right down here in the bottom left corner. It increases the chances of earning legendary and secret loot from mini games by 1.25 times. So that'll help increase the chances of you getting the rarer items from mini games. And if you stack that with the Gamer Pet, which you only should need one of these pets because, well, you can't make a full team. You can only select one pet per mini game, and you just got to make sure that pet has the Gamer Rune on it. So once that pet has this rune on it, you can see while this pet plays a mini game, you're 1.25 times more likely to get a legendary item, and that also counts for secret items. So as you can see, stacking both of them together is pretty overpowered. Now to the last and final helpful item that will help you with mini games, but only certain mini games at that, and that is the MLG rune. So this rune, while you play a mini game, the game will actually last 1.25 times longer. So it'll make Robot Claw Machine longer, and it will also make the Ancient Dig mini game longer. Now that rune does not work for the Dance Off mini game because this is a level mini game and also a rhythm one, so it doesn't really have a timer and won't really help you out. But if you have a pet with both these runes on it and then stack it with a Gamer Elixir, you'll have no problem with having a better chance, of course, of getting those rare items from either mini game that you play. We're going to call this the bonus tip, and that is damage. So if you want to get more damage or be able to do more damage in general, then this is the way to do it. So there's a couple of different ways to increase the damage on your pets. One of those ways would be max leveling your pet once you get to level 25, or just level it up in general, then it will start doing a lot more damage. That goes for making it shiny as well. Once you shiny your pet with golden cherries, it will increase the damage and or pretty much every other stat you have on it by 2 times multiplier. Now there's also 3 runes in the game that will help you get more damage, one of those being the Deadly Rune, which will help you increase the damage no matter what. So once you pop that on there, it'll actually increase the pet's damage by, for example, I have Deadly 5, it'll increase it by 2 times multiplier. The next one we got is Critical Hit, which will increase the critical multiplier you have in total. So if you stack that on all your pets, you should have close to or have an 8 times multiplier, which once you hit a critical hit, which is pretty much only useful for bosses, once you hit that, it'll times the total amount of damage you already do by 8, doing a lot more. Now the last and final damage rune that's pretty much only for bosses as well, just like critical hits, and that is the Fatal Strike rune. So what Fatal Strike does is it increases the pet's damage by 1.5 times multiplier, that's because I have a level 5, to boss's health below 50%. So once the boss's health gets below 50%, then it'll start doing 1.5 times more damage, making the boss get defeated a lot quicker. But like I said, the Fatal Strike in critical is pretty much only useful for bosses because that's the only thing that will require that much damage. Everything else you can pretty much one tap by the time you get to that point, so you should have no problem. But the only thing that actually increases your damage stat on your pet would be the Deadly Rune. And that concludes all the tips I got for you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully you found it helpful. If you guys have any questions regarding this video and or pet catchers in general, then let me know in the comment section down below. Without further ado, this is the end of the video, so make sure to drop a like, click that subscribe button, and click the notification bell to never miss an upload. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll catch you guys all in the next video. Peace out, everybody.